Hi guys, so we meet again for yet another outfit mirror check. We are headed out to a tequila tasting at the Rocks House. Like that eyebrow move, it's as much as I can do with the Botox I have left over in my forehead. So Uber's here, let's go. My dog is such a creeper. He keeps staring at us. What are you doing, creeper? Stalker. Oh, you're in here now? Okay, hi. Well, hi guys. Greetings from myself and my dog who has come in here to stalk us. I'm back from the tequila tasting event. I have my tea. All right, so let's spill the tea on the event before we do real quick. Obviously I'm in my bathroom. I'm about to get unready. I have my night tea and it is 8:07. So I've already changed into my sweats. I'm about to not go to bed, but like go into nighttime routine mode. It gets dark so early, you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, I'm ready for bed. It's not even barely 8 p.m. And if you hear a dog barking nonstop, it's not mine. I have neighbors nearby that just leave their dog unattended and it barks sometimes for up to 9 hours a day. So it's pretty terrible, but it isn't my dog, just so you know. My dog is taken care of and is right here spying on us. So I'm gonna light a candle, get unready, tell you guys a little bit about the event. So as you know, we went to the Terramana tequila tasting. Jokingly, I said it was at the Rocks House. Clearly it wasn't, but it was at a rented event house in Beverly Hills and it was really nice. So the event was cool. They had tacos, French toast, and ice cream. I didn't try the ice cream, but then there was a cocktail making class, and then the venue was, of course, a pretty nice house. And the garden area was all set up cute for the event. It was pretty fun. There were quite a few people there, so that was a little distracting, but still, you know, altogether a good night, pretty chill. But I don't know what it is about alcohol. Like anytime there's alcohol being served, especially if it's free, some people like really go hard. It seems to me like they have more drinks than they would if they were paying for it. Like if you guys have ever been to a wedding and seen people really just get wasted, there were only like a handful of people at the event that did that. I'm like, oh, it's kind of embarrassing. So, but everybody else was cool. The event was nice. And yeah, so I'm back here with my drink of choice, some tea. This one's a ginger ale with, I think it's pronounced rooibos. So it's caffeine free. It's supposed to be like a nighttime tea, of course. But some of the actual like sleepy time or bedtime teas, I had one of those that my husband picked out, and unbeknownst to me, I drank it. I was in my living room and I was like, oh my God, I think I just roofied myself. I don't know if I can get to my bedroom. So this is not like that. And my heatless curls that I used, like the TikTok thingy, I'll show you. Hold on. So it's one of these things, you guys have seen all the TikTok tutorials where people like wrap their hair around these and go to bed. So I tried this for the second time in my life. The first time I tried it was like maybe spring. Didn't love the way it turned out because of the way that I wrapped my hair. which obviously has a huge impact on how it comes out. So I watched another tutorial in detail, like how to get it to stay taut, because the issue I was having, like once I had my hair wrapped, it was all just kind of going down and like drooping and not really curling. So I watched a couple TikTok videos on how to make sure that it like stays in place, but still haven't really perfected it. But for not being heated, like it looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Like it's not horrible. So it beats standing here for 45 minutes with a curling iron, so that was nice. But once we got to the event, we had to wait outside for a little bit because they had to make sure everybody had signed their waivers, which was kind of weird because I did mine online. But we still had to wait outside for quite a bit of time, and it was really, really windy. So I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I did my hair for this. But anyway, so speaking of, let's try to not ruin the hair while we put it back so we can wash up. So clearly I'm back pretty early in like super homebody mode, which I think is fine. I find that I go out less and less. Where's my headband? I find that I go out less and less these days because honestly, I feel like I've been there and I've done that. Like I have no reason to stay out until midnight or later, like drinking and cruising around town. Like I'm not a teenager. So I'm actually really committed. Sorry, we're gonna look crazy now, but we all do this. Let's not put on airs and act like we're above this. So I'm more committed nowadays to getting up early and going to do my workout. I would much rather do that, wake up feeling refreshed rather than tired or hungover and all of that. So staying committed to my workout routine has really meant a lot to me, more so in like the mental clarity, like mind, body, spirit, they're all connected. So that's meant a lot to me these days. And for me to stay out late and be doing something wild, like it really, really has to be worth it to me nowadays because it just kind of robs me of my peace and the other things that I like to do. So you really won't see me doing too much of that anymore unless it's a special occasion. So speaking of morning workout commitments, tomorrow morning I think I'm probably just gonna go for a run walk like in the area. I try to do maybe somewhere between like 4 and 5 miles walk run just to keep it kind of chill and mix things up. I probably won't go actually to the gym tomorrow, but I also just try to be intuitive about it. Like when I wake up, if I really don't feel like interacting with other people, that's been another thing that I've been doing a lot these days, is really kind of checking in with like my mental state. Not only like what does my body need, but what do I need or feel like I'm going to enjoy most mentally right now. And there are some mornings where I'm like, you know, I just need to be outside alone with my thoughts and go for a run walk. And other days I'm like, yeah, okay, I can interact with people in public and go to the gym. So it really depends on how I feel. And also if I have a class booked or not, which I don't tomorrow. So I could just go freestyle it at the gym, or I could just go for a run walk. We'll see when I wake up. But yeah, that's about it. I'm about to get unready. So I'm gonna smear this Clinique Take the Day Off all over my face, wipe it off with a cotton round, and start looking kind of crazy. You know it's working when you start to look like Alice Cooper. And this stuff's really cool because it takes off all your makeup. It's gentle, it doesn't burn, like you can rub it near your eyes or like in your lash line. Doesn't burn my skin. And it's an oil to kind of a cream cleanser with water, you know, like a step 1 cleanser. It doesn't leave like a greasy, yucky residue that's impossible to get off, which I find a lot of these oil cleansers do on my skin, and I can't be having that because I have acne prone skin, and that's just not a vibe for me. If you have drier skin, it would probably be fine, but for me, it totally is not. All right, guys, I'm about to go for a swim in my sink, so I will see you guys later. Good morning, guys. We are just getting ready to head out the door. It is 8:02 in the morning. I'm going to Pilates this morning, and then later today, I thought I would take you guys with me while I pack for my upcoming trip to Miami. So right now we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna grab my gym bag and let's go. So the reason I'm going to Miami is for Art Week. I think they're just calling it that now instead of Art Basel. And that's what we are going to meet up for and pack later. So I'll show you some of the outfits that I'm bringing, What's going on here. I'll show you some of the outfits that I'm going to bring and just kind of walk you through how I break things down as a fashion stylist so that I'm not overpacking, which I still slightly overpack. And here's the thing, I think that slightly overpacking is okay because it's when there are a lot of events going on. Case in point, if you watched my New York Fashion Week vlog, I had already arrived there when I was asked to go to the Chanel Lucky Chance or Lucky Chance diner, and I hadn't packed anything to wear to a Chanel event. So these types of things, so Art Week at Miami, very similar. A lot of people nickname it Miami Fashion Week. So it could be a situation like that where you have kind of unpredictable things to pack for. So I'll walk you through some of my strategies for that. But even if you're just traveling on your own for vacation, like you never really know, like if you're going somewhere you haven't been before, or if the weather's going to be different, or maybe just your mood. Like I definitely dress according to my mood. And when I've only packed a few things in my bag and I'm like, well, I don't want to wear this, but I guess I have to wear this. So that's not really all that fun on a trip. So yeah, I'm going to head out the door and I will be back later and we will pack and get ready for Art Week in Miami. And we're back. It is 3:48. So I did Pilates. I came home. I had 2 client appointments. They were virtual. Thank goodness I didn't have to go and like sit in traffic and all that. Then I had lunch. Then I pre-packed, which is just kind of how I refer to the preliminary kind of like laying out of all of the things that I think I want to take with me. And then honestly, if they don't fit into the suitcase as I'm trying to pack it, then they kind of get eliminated from there. Still need to get my nails done. I'm going to do them myself. Actually, fun fact, I don't like to go to the nail or the hair salon. I get so bored sitting there. Like my ADD kicks in and I'm like, I don't want to sit here anymore. Is it just me, or does going out of town basically require you to cram all of your chores and things you have to do into a consolidated time period so that you can go out of town and do nothing? So that's kind of my thought. Luckily, this is an easier trip. It's within the United States, so there's no like currency exchange. There's no mad dash of like, where's my passport or any of that. So basically all we had to do is lay out clothes to make sure that we have cute outfits while we're there. So let me walk you through some of the more random things that I'm going to bring with me and kind of give you some of my like fashion stylist tips, because being honest, like I still am slightly overpacking, but it is with intention. So I'm not just throwing a bunch of random crap in my bag where I'm like, oh, I'm not going to wear this, or I don't have anything that it goes with, or anything like that. Or any of the irrational fears, like the meme that's like, oh, what if I pee my pants every day of vacation? Because that's ever happened at home. So you don't have to bring like 1,700 pairs of underwear or anything like that. But let me show you what I am bringing, because I think that it actually will be helpful for you to style yourself and to pack for upcoming events that you might have. So a couple of life-saving pieces, so to speak. First one, I've had this dress forever and I've never gotten rid of it. Let me back up and not trip over my pile of shoes first. So just any sort of slightly dressed up black dress, any style that you want. This one's kind of a shiny, satiny, more evening fabric. So any style that you like that works for you, I think is going to be a great life-saving staple for your closet and to take on trips, because like I said, we're going to Art Week in Miami. My schedule's mostly laid out of the events that I know I'm attending, but there's also, you know, the situation you go to an event, you run into somebody else and they're like, oh, hey, I didn't know you were here. You should come to this and this and this. And I'm like, well, I don't have any clothes for that. So this can be dressed up, slightly dressed down, and it's definitely coming with me for the kind of in case type of a thing. So one of my other favorite versatile pieces, I swear it's not see-through, it's just the way the light is coming through behind us. This is a long satin shirt, and because it's so long, it can technically be belted and worn as a dress. And that's what I think is so cool about it. I can wear this, and I have worn this in so many different ways. So I've worn it over a dress. I've worn it obviously just as a shirt as it was intended. And I've also worn it as a dress. So it's a really good kind of mix in piece. If you're out of town, you've got limited things with you and you're like, oh, what am I gonna wear? This will definitely come in super handy. And then as far as outerwear, I checked the weather and it's not gonna be super cold, but it may be a little bit cooler at night. So I'm bringing one black blazer, which also a versatile piece. It can go over dresses. You could wear it over jeans, pants, like pretty much anything that you want. So one slightly warmer layer. You could do this with, you know, your choice of versatile jackets. So bomber, even a cardigan, like whatever you like that you can mix in to what you're bringing. So that's another helpful piece. Something else that you may not have thought of are tights. And I know we probably all hate tights. They're super uncomfortable. They get like twisty and tight in the crotch. They're kind of annoying, but they're really nice to have with you in the cooler months, because you can wear them with your dresses, your shorts, whatever you want to do. So if it's cooler at night, you want to cover your legs. Or if you're like me, I'm not thinking like, oh, it's going to be freezing. I'm more thinking of what can I do with my pale legs. So something I've stopped doing is using self-tanner. It smells awful. It sticks to dry patches on my legs and ends up kind of looking uglier. And same thing with spray tan. So professional one, it's the same idea. So I've just kind of found that that has been working more against me than for me. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go with, you know, pale girl era. And if somebody doesn't like it, or if I feel like it looks like maybe not cute enough to go to a nice event, I can throw on some tights. Otherwise, I'm just kind of gonna roll with it because, you know, skin tone's not a trend. You just kind of have to deal with what you've got. So, and if you prefer to wear pants or going to events that kind of notate that you need to do that, either for the dress code or weather, these are another pair of my most worn, like versatile pants. They are a satiny pair of black cargos. You could dress them down with flats, sandals, dress them up with heels. So they are coming with me. And something I like to do for evening. So this isn't really like a versatility piece. This is something that I kind of like to do for evening if I intend to wear pants, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm not trying to wear some tube sock little mini, like yucky kind of not very classy looking dress. I just think that at this point for myself personally, it's not my taste. It's not my style. I find it to be a little bit tacky and it's something that I don't want to wear. So in order to dress up or look sexier, I hate that word, sorry, but something that's a little more like evening-esque without going into evening escort territory. I'll show you what I like to do. You're like, hey, you just said you didn't want to go into evening escort territory and now you're telling us to wear a bra. So this is just what I'm going to wear myself. Again, everybody's taste and personal comfort zone with how they dress or how much they show, that kind of thing. Totally up to you and your comfort zone. I work with such a variety of clients when I style them, and people are all over the map when it comes to what they're comfortable showing. It's actually one of my preliminary questions on my client onboarding list. So back to what I'm going to wear. Again, you can wear what you like. This is what I want to wear. So this shirt it's kind of a beigey sheer, but it's got sparkle in it that's not coming off that well on camera. And then this little kind of Gucci bralette, I think this underneath it for evening, and then worn with pants, because I think this like showing a sheer or showing skin in a sheer top, I should say, could kind of get like raunchy looking with a short skirt. So for me, see, yeah, it does work. It's not like too see-through once it's paired up. I don't think. I'll have to actually put it on to be sure. Which actually, not to go off on a tangent, but random things that you may not think to bring. One of them is nipple covers. So if you're somebody who sometimes, who am I kidding? I go out all the time braless. If you're somebody with a moderate chest, like not super like full figured chest, it probably doesn't work for that. But if you've got a moderate, modest type of chest, you can get away with just nipple covers. I do that all the time. So that's a random thing that you may not think of to pack. So got that in my purse, and I'll show you how I've set up my bag with other little things to make the most of space when I'm packing as well. But yeah, so a sheer sparkly top, Gucci bralette with some pants for evening, kind of a sexier but more tasteful nighttime look. And I've got one other kind of versatile dress up, dress down dress. I have had this forever as well, you guys. I love it so much. I've worn it to multiple weddings. I lent it to a friend who took it to Barbados. It's definitely, you know, she's been around the block, but she has definitely been there and done that. The dress, not my friend that I lent it to. So it is a halter dress. It's a long kind of purple fuchsia color, and this is what she looks like. Kind of a shiny material as well. So a really great piece, works for a nicer daytime event, can also be dressed up for an evening event. So just in case, she is coming with us as well. I also bring my own robe whenever I travel to a hotel, and this is just because I'm a weirdo. Some hotels don't provide them. A lot of people call them dressing gowns. Actually, one of my girlfriends lives in the UK, and she was in Las Vegas, and she called down to the front desk asking for a dressing gown, and they had no idea what she meant. I'm like, I know what you mean. I wouldn't call it that. I would call it a robe, but it's not like I was completely like not knowing what a dressing gown is. So I don't think that hotels actually clean the robes as frequently as they should. I'm untrusting, so I bring my own. And then also, speaking of like just kind of sitting around the room, I like to make sure that I have my own loungewear or something to just sit around in. Case in point, like my goblin mode outfit that I have on right now. So I'll bring something like that for the room as well, because it's just something you don't think about. You're obviously going to be wearing clothes in your room. You're not going to be, you know, sitting around nude. I mean, you can if you want, but when you're at home and you're just kind of dressed down, like, what are you wearing? And I think I oftentimes forget to bring something for just being in the room that's not a robe. So loungewear as well. And I want to show you a couple more like fun pieces that are just more me and the way that I want to dress. So these are shorts, and I'm planning to wear them with a white button-down shirt and probably some metallic-y heels. Let me see, maybe these. So either these that have a smaller, can't really see, there we go. These that have a smaller heel, or possibly even these. Really depends on what I feel like, where I'm going, that kind of thing. And then another dress. This is a slip dress, and a slip dress or any black dress will take you far in your styling life. So this one is backless. Can't really tell, but here is how it's kind of cut. So this I'm bringing with me as well. Same kind of idea, dress it up, dress it down, kind of a go anywhere piece. So I'm not going to be caught out with nothing to wear if I get asked to come to another event last minute. So that's it, I think, for evening clothes, which really is the main, like, hardest thing to think through, because just like a casual day outfit, we all kind of throw those on all day, every day. That's not as difficult as getting dressed up for many different evening events. There's going to be a lot of people there, possibly photographs, so it kind of is more important. So that's that. All right, I think we're finally getting somewhere. So I also wanted to show you how I do my accessories. So I will take my earrings and put them in just a little case. I have a travel jewelry thing, but it's larger. So for a not very long trip, I'm just gonna do this. And then, so the bag I'm gonna take is this one, and I'm going to actually carry it on. I'm gonna put it into its dust bag and then put it into my larger tote carry-on. I try not to put things that are a little bit more of either sentimental or monetary value. I try to not leave those unattended in a bag that I'm gonna hand over to the baggage handlers. I don't know if you guys saw that news thing the other day, but some baggage handlers just got busted for literally stealing stuff out of people's suitcases. So wouldn't probably put a Chanel bag in there and just be like, oh, caution to the wind. Maybe it'll be there when I land, maybe not. So that would suck. It's just a thing, but still, like, you know, things are replaceable, but it would really kind of ruin the trip. So if I can control it, I'm going to keep it with me. So earrings go into here, and then a couple other things. They're kind of behind the camera, so sorry if I'm like reaching. So lipsticks that aren't just everyday lipsticks and already in the bag, I will bring with me. So it's actually a new recent favorite. It's the Dior 999. This is the satin formula. So it comes in a bunch of different formulas, but it's their classic red. So this is really nice. One of the things that I love when I'm traveling and there are events, if I'm in a hurry, which sometimes you just have to be, going to, you know, various things with a packed schedule, You can literally do like almost no eye makeup, where I just sometimes do none, and then throw on a kind of a bold lip, pretty much any color that you want, that you like, and it really kind of makes it look like you spent a lot of time doing your makeup when you totally didn't. There have been times in tropical areas where I've come in from the beach or pool, rinsed off, threw my hair in a bun, put some eyebrow gel on, concealed any sort of acne or dark marks, threw on this lip, and you're out the door in less than 5 minutes. So lipstick also goes in the bag. And then the rest of my jewelry, I can't really figure out what to do with. Like, I have this diamond necklace that I don't want to wear in the airport, but it's not that bendy, and so I don't know about just kind of throwing it into a case and putting it in this bag. And then the other jewelry I have, I will put on my wedding ring, my bracelets, so these little guys are fine to just put on and travel in, but I don't think this diamond necklace is really appropriate to throw in a bag and just be like, oh, whatever, or to wear through the airport. I don't know, but I'll have to figure out a solution for that. We'll figure it out. So, and then since there's room, I'm also going to throw 1 or 2 pairs of sunglasses in here. So I'm going to put them in their case and then put them in here as well. And then just put this in its dust bag. It goes in the tote bag, and we're good to go with accessories, jewelry, lipstick, sunglasses, and yeah, now we need to get all of this into a suitcase. So I typically wouldn't bring a big pair of chunky boots on a trip that I, needed to throw into a suitcase, but I'm gonna do that this time and see if I can get it to work. I'm actually bringing 2 pairs of boots, maybe. So this is kind of the process of elimination. Yeah, this is probably not gonna work, but so something else that you wanna make sure you bring is versatility being the key word. And today's video is brought to you by the word versatility. So you wanna make sure that you have a versatile pair of shoes, at least one. So these nude heels, they have taken me from event to event and all kinds of things. So I am bringing them. Literally, I have one whole side of my suitcase for shoes. And then something else that's really important when you travel, flat shoes. So you gotta have flat shoes because part of being a tourist or going on a trip is walking around. So you don't wanna only bring like uncomfortable shoes and you're like, oh, my feet hurt, or I have blisters, or my feet are bleeding. Like, you definitely don't wanna deal with that while you're traveling. So these have been amazing. I've worn these a zillion places. So these flats, amazing, really good. And then these heels, they're not very like uncomfortable. Like, I certainly wouldn't say they're comfortable, but another versatile pair of black pumps, slingbacks, I don't know what you'd call this, but you guys know what I mean. And then these Gucci mules, I have worn a ton because they have such a small heel. They're super comfortable, and I brought them to a lot of events. And then I don't know if these white boots are gonna fit because they really only go with one outfit that I'm bringing. And then these sparkle heels, I need to figure out a way to get in here because I'm definitely bringing them. And then that's it. Okay, we're gonna have to eliminate the shiny boots. So that's fine. I really don't know or like have an outfit where I'm like 100% need to wear those. So since they're bulky and there's already another pair of boots in here, they just got eliminated. And then I think we're almost done with the shoe side being packed. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. All right, so now the white boots do fit. Okay, so let's go into the kitchen and talk about airplane meals or travel meals. Let me just get you guys up onto the tripod and I will tell you more. So something about me that you might not know is that I used to travel all the time. I was on a plane pre-pandemic, sometimes up to 3 times a week. So at first, people are like, oh, it's glamorous, it's cool. And I thought that too. But it gets old really fast. And one of the things that really started to wear me down was some healthier food options. And when you're traveling, you're on the go, you're in different time zones, you're tired, your body's already kind of overwhelmed. Like, filling it with junk really just makes you feel horrible. So I think people who haven't done it think, oh yeah, I would love to go to the airport and eat a Cinnabon or Burger King or whatever and just fly around and do whatever. But those kind of things make me feel horrible. I cannot eat like that. So there are very limited options in a lot of the United States airports, even LAX, which is where I'm headed to tomorrow. And it's probably one of the healthier environments around here. I don't understand why people want to get on a plane with like McDonald's. I see people do it all the time. First of all, it smells gross. And second of all, digestively, like that's not something I want to eat where I have limited access to a very small and dirty bathroom, if you get what I'm saying. So let me show you what I like to do. Like an airport snack is fine. Like if you want to get some chocolate covered almonds or whatever and make traveling a little bit of a treat, that's fine. But just like a main meal or something like decent. So if I'm going to be in the air during a main meal time, I will bring something from home. So let me show you what I made for myself and my husband. Let me grab it out of the fridge. Okay, so the other cool thing about this is, well, let me tell you what it is first. So this, it probably doesn't look that great on camera. So this has a variety of names: cloud bread, keto bread. I would say it's something more akin to quiche. So what is specifically in this one, and this is the cool thing about it that I was going to tell you before I told you what it was, is that you can kind of mix and match like whatever's in your fridge to make this, especially if you're going out of town and you have things that need to be used. It's really versatile. So drinking game, how many times can I say versatile in this video? So you can chop up whatever leftover veggies you have. This one has a little bit of leftover rice, pilaf, and quinoa in it, as well as some diced up peppers. This one has 2 eggs. I made this one for my husband. I made him a slightly bigger portion. So 2 eggs, some red spicy sauce, a little bit of cheese to hold it together, and then a little bit of almond flour also to hold it together. So once it's taken out of this ramekin, I'll just wrap it up and put it in a little lunch bag. And this one's mostly watertight. Like I wouldn't like pour water or liquid into it, but it's pretty watertight because that's the next thing that I'm going to tell you is you can make a little ice pack if you just take a Ziploc bag and fill it to your desired quantity of water. Throw it in the freezer. Then you can put it in here and take it with you. And it is TSA safe. So, oh, my husband's home. So as long as the ice is not melted, it's TSA approved. You can get that through TSA. Throwing it in a Ziploc, you can just dump it out once you're done with it, refill it, refreeze it if you need to. So that is what we are taking with us on the airplane. So this is just my first course, a little bit of teriyaki chicken, some sort of rice, broccoli, avocado, and then what I really wanted was the turkey bolognese. So I'm fresh out of the shower and I have some more nighttime tea, and I've gotten myself into a bit of a conundrum. I have damp, I say damp because they're not like freshly done, but they're too wet to do anything with my also wet hair. So first world problems, but I have managed to pack everything. I'm ready to get out of here. We are leaving the house at like 6:45 in the morning. So got to make sure everything is done. So I'm gonna drink my tea, edit this video, and the next time I see you, we will either be in or en route to Miami. So I will see you guys then, and thanks for watching.